I didn't know that there was a company that you could send all of your makeup to and they would like pot it for you essentially, which is cool, but like you still have to buy the makeup and then you have to pay them to send it in when you could just do this and get makeup that is customized to you. It wears well, it looks great. So this is what we're gonna talk about today. This is what we're gonna do. I show you this palette, but I don't like show you all the things that this palette can do. And that is what we are doing today. First step that I always do is color correct. So you saw me take, this is actually a blush color. You saw me take this and put it under my eye. The coral and the neutralness of this color will counteract the darkness. So that's a first step. The next step that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this little bit darker foundation shade. I take this and I call it my camo shade, and I start going into places where I have excess discoloration, and especially with this color, I am looking for excess redness. And what this darker shade does is it goes in and, like I said, it's camouflaging what you don't want to see. Once I have gone through and color corrected, then I will go in and start using my HAC colors, which HAC stands for highlight and contour. And the reason that we highlight and contour is because we are adding depth and definition back to our face. We are going to just enhance those natural features and bring them back to life. So what I'm doing right now is I'm highlighting. I'm adding a light color to the places on my face that I want to brighten or bring forward. So light colors pushes your eye forward and brightens that up. So that's why we do the middle of the face and the under eye is to brighten and push it. Next step is contour. You guessed it, highlight and contour. And what contour is doing is it is adding depth back into your face. So like I said, as we age, you lose that depth. You don't want to have a flat, dull face. You want to have light spots and dark spots, and that's what creates that like beautiful harmony within your face. So what we're doing with the HAC is we're just accentuating that. Your face is already three-dimensional, so we're not like making this crazy contour. We're just highlighting and contouring what your face already has. So I'm just gonna go in with my contour, adding my, there's one gal that always says turns her 5 head into a 4 head. I feel you in the same way. So I'm just going there, adding a little bit of depth right underneath my cheekbones and then giving that just a little bit of blend. Optional places to contour are the jawline, which just adds a line right here in your jaw and it just separates your face from your neck. What contour is doing is basically making it disappear. So if you have an area that you want to have less attention to, like there, you can add some contour and it's going to push it back, okay? And then I always add the shadow to my nose, which I've talked about a ton of times, my fake nose job, which you use light and dark to basically make your nose look smaller. And that is the epitome of highlighting contour, is you're highlighting the places like the middle of your nose that you want to appear smaller, and you're contouring the sides, making it. And now that we have everything color corrected, we have our highlight and contouring done, we are gonna go in and we are gonna clean up some of those lines that we have, and we are just gonna add foundation to the rest of the face. So a lot of times people say, if you can color by numbers, you can use this makeup. The next two steps that I'm gonna show you, the bronzer and the blush, are what is going to make pull this whole thing together, okay? So I'm gonna take my big fluffy brush and I'm going to get my bronzer and I am going to add this where the sun naturally hits. And yes, it does overlap the contour a little bit, that is okay. But this is just adding warmth to your face. And especially, like I said, as we age, we just lose everything, depth, definition, and we lose the warmth in our face. So especially in the summertime, go heavy on that bronzer. I use a big fluffy brush so that it is just nice and blended. The funnest step for me is blush, okay? So I'm gonna use this really neutral colored coral. This is a matte shade. It's like a neutral, more of a neutral coral. And this is what I use to color correct my under eye. It has that coral base. So it's gonna counteract any blue that's in your face. And especially I have freckles through here, which have like a greenish bluish base. So I do like to use this to help just blur that out a little bit. That's the good thing about this makeup too, is it's all cream based, okay? So everything is meant to just mesh together on your face. It's not going to pill. It's not going to be thick and cakey. I love, even though I love the pretty like matteness of that, as I've gotten older, I found that my skin really loves to have just a little bit of dewy hydration. So I take this shade, again, it's a coral because I have warm skin. That's what flatters my skin the most. And it has a semi-gloss in it. So it's gonna add just a little bit of a dewiness. If you have problems with your makeup not staying, or if you run a little bit more oily, adding a powder on top of this will help just lock that makeup in place. Obsessed with this, okay? I use this basically as a setting powder. Brows, I'm still using this Anastasia whatever, Beverly Hills. And I have such thick, dark brows anyways that I don't have to do a lot, but I have found that going in and just filling in the spots that need it really make a difference on my face shape. I used to hate eyeshadow, okay? Because you'd buy a palette and there'd be like one color that you liked and you would use the heck out of that, and then you had like 20 other colors in your palette that you're like, what am I gonna do with this? And then it sat in your closet for 15 years and you never touched it again, okay? This, you custom order and you build your eyeshadow palette. My last story didn't record, but that's fine. I just added a little bit of a like champagne-y coral color to the inner corner. Then I did a cool colored lip liner and a peach colored lip oil, and it just pulls the look together so well. This is why like this makeup is custom to me and it's exactly what I want, exactly what I need. This is why you need this makeup, because it's so good.